Hey guys, it's Stony here. So today I want to talk about this particular unit, the Bugera PS1 Power Soak. It's either called Bugera or Bugera. I don't really know. Don't really care. I said it both ways, so now everyone gets to hate me. So this is the Bugera PS1 Power Soaker. I did do a modification that basically is a ground lift for the line out. I'm just going to talk about a couple of things here because I'm not going to go over how this entire thing works. There's plenty of review videos for that. But the reason why I want to talk about it is that while those review videos are good at demonstrating what this thing does, it's also kind of incomplete on how it works. So I wanted to kind of go over that. I don't want to disassemble this thing, but I will tell you how to disassemble it if you, especially if you want to make modifications. But let's get into how this works. So for disassembly, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws here to get this front plate off. And then you would also need to remove this, the knob, and take out this nut right here along with its accompanying washer. If you are going to remove the front, you do not need to take off this knob right here. Do not take it off because there is a cable that's attached to the main board on the inside. So you don't need to take off the knob. If you do end up taking off the knob and the potentiometer, it's all held together by thermal conductive grease. So you'll just end up making a big mess. So it's a lot easier to just leave this on and then just disconnect it from the actual main board. But the way that this works is that it uses a bunch of switch jacks here. And depending on which load you plug it in, it'll connect to a bunch of resistors in series and in parallel using Ohm's law to determine the output, right? The impedance, I mean. It uses a series of resistors and the soak potentiometer here. A lot of questions that people have about this is whether or not you need a speaker attached. And the answer to that is probably. So let me show you what I mean. Now I have the soak knob at the very bottom, right? Can't turn it anymore. Look at what happens when I turn it up. So it's reading 16 ohms, very bottom. And I'm turning up the soak knob. Watch the impedance rise. And that's a huge jump once it gets to the very end of the soak knob there. And it's the same for the 8 ohm and the 4 ohm taps. Look at that. At the very bottom of the 4 ohm, it reads 6. And then put it all the way to the top, it reads 7.3. So this is where it's important to understand that on top of using the resistors in parallel and in series with the soak potentiometer here, the circuit also factors in the actual speaker. So this is an 8 ohm speaker cap that I have right here. You can see it reads 7 ohms, but it's reactive. So let's go and check this out. Watch this out. Now, it's an 8 ohm load. Plug this into the 8 ohms right here, the jack right here, and it reads 8 ohms at the very bottom. Now watch what happens when I turn it up this time. It goes all the way down to what the speaker load is. And I found this to be consistent with the other 16 ohm cab that I have. I don't have a 4 ohm cab, but I would imagine it would be consistent there. So the answer to the question of can you use this without a speaker attached is, yeah, you can, but you run the risk of impedance mismatching. You can only really run it as a load box at the very lowest soak setting, which kind of defeats the purpose of this. So with that said, hope you guys have a better understanding of this, and hope you guys like and enjoy the video, and subscribe if you guys want. I'll see you guys in the next one.